What if I told you I can help you understand chain rule in under 5 minutes? And here it is. So chain rule has to do with getting the derivative of a composite function. What's a composite function? A composite function is, remember, it's like a function within a function. So an example would be f of g of x, where you put g of x, a function, within f of x. Okay, so the chain rule states that the derivative of such a composite function is going to be the derivative of f with g of x still the same inside of it, multiplied by the derivative of g of x. So the question is, intuitively, why does that make sense? Like, why do you need to multiply by the derivative of g of x afterwards? Or why do you just get the derivative of f and leave g of x intact inside? And that's hard to understand intuitively, but here I'll try to help you understand it through this example. So let's say we have these easy examples, f of x being x squared and g of x being 3x. And the graphs are a parabola and a linear function. So first, let's just get the derivative separately. We know that the derivative of x squared is 2x. And it's really important to understand here that the derivative 2x means that the rate of change, the derivative of x squared, is 2 times the input that you're considering, the input. And in this case, the input is x, right? So let's say the input x is 3. Then the derivative is going to be 2 times 3, which is 6. So the rate of change is 6 at x equals 3. So the input is x. Okay. Next, the derivative of 3x for g of x. The derivative of 3x is just 3 because it's a linear function. So the rate of change is going to be constant no matter what. Now for the composite function. To really understand this intuitively, I think it's important that you break it down into 2 steps. So the first step is just consider f of g of x in relation to g of x. So the question is, what is the rate of change of f of g of x in respect to g of x? So what I mean by that is, if you have a graph, the y-axis is f of g of x and the x-axis is g of x. How fast is f of g of x changing when g of x changes? And how much that occurs by is exactly 2 times the input, because f of x is x squared, remember. And remember, the derivative of x squared is 2 times the input. Well, all we did was change the input to g of x. So it's going to be 2 times the input, g of x. So 2 times 3x, because g of x is 3x. And this is actually the first part of the chain rule, right? Because it's a derivative of the outside, f prime, which is 2 times the input. And you keep the inside the same, which is g of x, which is 3x. So then you get 2 times 3x. So this is f prime g of x, which is equal to 2 times 3x. Great. And then we just take it one step further by looking at chain rule, which actually gives you the derivative in respect to x and not g of x. So what if the input was x? Then I made another graph here where we have f of g of x as the y-axis and x as the x-axis. Then we actually still have a parabola, but the question is, how does f of g of x change according to how x changes? And now we need to consider that the x changes differently because g prime of x is 3. So you can think of it like this. X is changing at a rate of 3. And because x is changing at a rate of 3, you can think that the y values or the output are changing proportionally to that. Because if you increase x by 3, then you're going to notice that the y values are going to increase at that rate as well, proportionally by 3. So that's why our chain rule multiplies by the derivative or the rate of change of g of x at the end. In the end, we get 2 times 3x, which is the first part of our chain rule, and then you multiply that by 3, which is the rate of change of g of x. Because, again, it's in respect to x and not respect to g of x, and you know that the rate of change of g of x is 3. So you need to consider that and apply that proportionally to the overall rate of change in respect to x. If you need any other concepts to be explained, please leave it in the comments below, and thanks for watching.